Beloved, welcome back to the homestead. I hope you had a good weekend. Today is a big day. We should be 100% done with the basic structure of the timber frame woodshed today, and then we can move on to the knee braces. Let me show you what I got done over the weekend. I'll get you caught up, and then we'll jump into it and finish everything up together. I believe it was Friday. I got the west upper girt done. This is probably some of the best joinery I've been able to do. I have been out of timber framing for a while. I lost a step or two, but I feel like after a week or so, I've kind of got back into my groove and things seem to be going a little bit quicker. So I think we'll move along a little bit better, but we'll be doing a mirror image of this today on the east side. We've got two beautiful timbers to work with today. These are custom milled from the tree of my people, Douglas Fir, from a 450-year-old tree. Absolutely gorgeous. Custom cut 3x5 full dimension, which will make up our upper and lower eastern side girts. But before we do that, I've got a little bit of a change. I think I made a mistake. Maybe less of a mistake than a change in the design. I added 6 inches to these posts. I made them 6 inches taller than the original plan. And when I got to looking at it, I think that makes the shed too steep and I didn't like the look of it. So that one, if you notice, is actually 6 inches shorter. I took it down and recut it, and I'm gonna do the same for this. So we'll start by pulling this down. We'll take 6 inches off, and that'll be a little bit less of a shed roof angle, which I think is gonna be more aesthetically pleasing, and then we'll let in our girts. Now you probably remember last time we were dead on the west side at 117 and 5/8. How did we do over here? (117 and 5/8). All right, gentlemen, let's get after it. We'll start by squaring the two ends of our 3x5s. Before we do our joints, we'll pick the nicest side to be out. It's all about the same. This is all so good. I guess it doesn't really matter. Do you see this knot? We don't necessarily want that showing on the outside, so we can use that. We can cut that out and put it to the inside. On the Western Girts, I was roughing them out with this DeWalt FlexVolt saw, and I noticed that it wasn't cutting true, and I re-leveled it and found out that it will not, I guess, the fence won't go to a perfect 90. Even if I go to the full stop, it's not precise enough. It's either bent or it never was that precise. I switched over to my Milwaukee saw, and this actually is a true 90 degrees. It is certainly more precise. So this is a good saw. I've always liked it, but I'll relegate this for rough framing. It's not precision enough to do this type of work. So that's why I'm using the Milwaukee. Using these two saws, it's like the difference between a precision instrument and bearskin and bone knives. The motor is smooth, the adjustments are finer, it's far more precise. It's just on a whole nother level. I know this is older and it could be out of square because I've dropped it or have abused it, but it's not the same. It's not the same at all. What's gotten into you? Usually you only bother me inside the shop. Now you've come out here to pester me too? Yeah? No. She's getting old. She's getting so skinny. I've given her high-fat food twice a day, but she just gets skinnier and skinnier. I'm surprised that she's still alive every time I come in. I noticed that the closer she gets to death, the more needy she gets. I know, Mama, I know, but I gotta work. Boy, I'm not used to having this saw blade on the wrong side. This is some sort of a silly East Coast man saw. I don't know what this is all about. One of you clever sausages in the comment section suggested that I take and cut on the outside there to kind of line up my chisel, which I hadn't been doing, which is very helpful. So thank you for that. Goodness, we got some bad knots in there. When I got bad knots like that, we run the risk right in there, run the risk of tearing out and ruining our joint. So what I'll do is I'll recut that several times, and that will lessen the chance of it tearing out. That's better. Yeah, look at that knot. Hard as glass. These knots are so hard that they'll chip a hardened tool chisel. All right, gentlemen, I think that looks very good. Let's go do the other side and do the saddle. Ooh, more knots. Yeah, look at that. See how that's tearing out there? Let's recut that. That's a sharp chisel when you can shave a knot. Good Sheffield steel, made in England. Goodness, what a chisel this has been. How many hours have I spent behind this thing? Look at that. That's a shaved knot. All right, gentlemen. Shall we try our first fit? I don't know that I've ever got one perfect the first time. We'll find out right now. As much as I would like to tell you that it fit perfectly the first time, it did not. This one here has given me all sorts of trouble, but I think I got it this time. I don't know if it's got a twist in it or what it was, but my goodness, I chased that back and forth. The southeast side here looks good. It's a little bit proud on the top, but nope, that'll go in there. The screws will pull it in. I think it's all nice and flush here. Let's go take a look at the northeast. This one's perfect. Excellent. All right, I'm happy with that. Boy, that one was challenging. All right, let's set the top. This is the Girt we've been looking for, gentlemen. The last one. I think this one's going to fit a little bit better. I've been getting things too tight, having to go back and recut or reshave them down. I gave this one a little bit more generous proportions, so we'll do an initial fit, and this one might actually work right the first time. Oh, that's perfect. Gentlemen, we nailed it. That might be the best fitment I've done so far. Absolutely perfect. That looks pretty good. One of you asked me, but is it level or are they level? Well, you can see here for yourself. And of course, everything is plumb and level. We're not trying to build a crooked house here. I did, however, check it before I shared it on video. I wasn't quite sure myself, but it turned out to be. That's when I've taken the time to make sure that everything is done properly. And it does take a little bit longer in the setup, but in the end, it's so much better because everything after that is easier because you can be consistent. You're not dealing with something growing or getting bigger or sheet goods not fitting. It does make a big difference. This is the squarest, plumbest thing I've ever built. Usually I chase around mistakes and try to hide them, but this one here, there isn't really much to hide. Thank you for watching. May God bless you and your families. Please keep us in your prayers. Tomorrow's going to be exciting. We're going to be doing the knee braces and bolting everything together, and I'll bring you along for that. So we'll see you on the next video.